The journey to Prayagraj was almost 600 kilometers and we covered it by road. Thankfully, the highways in India are spectacular. Not so much the traffic, but the highways, regardless, are amazing. We had planned our journey in a way that we could make a halt roughly 120 kilometers from Prayagraj and then continue next day. The halt was at Varanasi. This is the view just outside a hotel. You can see Gangaji, river Ganges, and this is the famous Ravi Das Ghat in Varanasi, where the river cruise starts. We spent a night in Varanasi and then the next morning I'm about to begin my journey to Prayagraj from Varanasi. As you can see behind me, that's Gangaji and the river Ganges. Varanasi is also known as Kashi, from the Sanskrit word for light, Prakash, city of light, Kashi. And Varanasi, the name comes from union of two small tributaries, Varuna and Asi, which join with the Ganges at Varanasi. So Varuna, Asi river, Varanasi. Banaras, the name, is an anglicization of the name Varanasi because probably the British could not pronounce Varanasi. Now, Varanasi is one of the 7 sacred cities in Hinduism. The other 6 are Mathura, Ayodhya, Haridwar, Ujjain, Dwarka and Kanchipuram. The distance from Varanasi to Prayagraj is roughly 120 kilometers. It should have taken only 3 hours, but it took us more than 12. That's the traffic, and this is the reason for the traffic. This is the crowd at Sangam Snan Ghat at midnight. Repeat, at midnight, Sangam Snan Ghat was packed with people taking a dip at Sangam. Thankfully, we were able to reach Sangam Snan Ghat very easily at midnight, but the crowd kept swelling as the night progressed towards dawn. This is the view of Kachap Dwar at 4 am. It was not so crowded at midnight. Only Sangam Snan Ghat was crowded. But at 4 am, the entire Sangam premises were crowded and it took us almost 2 hours to walk from a location within the camp to Sangam Snan Ghat to take a dip. Thankfully, in the early hours of the day when the sun was rising, and this was a spectacular experience.
I'm done with the holy dip.
Even after being done with the holy dip, the extremely difficult task of finding the exit of Kumbh Mela campus was upon us. We had to walk what seemed like for ages. You can see the pontoon bridges, one bridge for entering and the very next bridge for exiting the camp. We were able to exit the camp with great difficulty and we were able to meet at this location. This seemed like a temple outside the Mahakumbh campus, and you can see in the distance, this is the entire width and extent of the Mahakumbh campus, tents everywhere. It actually is a tent city. And it's a spectacular view, but very difficult to navigate.